Hey, we live, man. Welcome back to the Debatable podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you got the beats going on in your ears. You might want to pause that while we intro the show. Welcome back to the Debatable podcast.
Debatable.
It's MC War.
The official sport of right battling. Let's go take it back.
We're live.
We'll take it back.
Yeah, but it's all good.
We'll
Do
take
it again for the recording. Go ahead.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Debatable podcast.
Debatable.
MC War.
The official sport of rap battling.
The oldest battle league in existence. We back. Shouts out to versetracker.com. All the latest battles. See what just came out. See what the analytics on your favorite MC is.
Facts.
One of the dope battles that just got dropped was
I think
Charlie Clips.
I think we sound crystal. What's the name of these mics?
They are Austrian Audio. Shouts out to Austrian Audio. So Charlie Clips versus LL Coogi just dropped.
Okay.
Shouts out to LL Coogi. That's
Interesting.
my guy, Milwaukee. Shouts out to Milwaukee.
Interesting.
It was a one rounder. It was fire. It was in Milwaukee.
Right.
And you know what I loved about it is I felt like Coogi was sticking to both of them was topic, but I like what Coogi was talking about. He used this whole clip scheme.
Okay.
About how every death we could think about is because of clips. You get what I'm talking about? I was really feeling it.
Okay.
You know, so if I had to judge content-wise, LL Coogi got it.
LL Coogi got it?
Yeah, content-wise. Yeah. Content-wise. But clips.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
LL Coogi got clips.
Let me see. You see what's going on? I said content-wise.
I mean,
right?
content is the thing. That's it.
I mean, no, it's not. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. Come on, man. We've been knowing that. That's the whole thing.
I mean, that's
it's
a
not,
fact.
It's not what you say. It's how you say it.
That's a fact.
And that's why rhyming like common sense, the whole Jay-Z line and all that.
I made 5 mils.
Yeah, exactly.
I got it.
So my point, I think, but Charlie Clips, I mean, he definitely got it. He won, right? I think his schemes was crazy as well. The LL scheme was crazy. Because he was like, yo, you got up in the morning and said you was gonna battle, you was gonna be LL. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, my mom's like, yo, I heard you about to battle LL. he had to respond back. He had to respond back, Coogi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, man. Shouts out to Charlie Clips. Charlie Clips won. I think even Charlie Clips, because the first like half of LL Coogi's verse, Charlie Clips wasn't even making no facial expressions.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I was like, damn, he extra, but you know, but when he really started hitting, because again, with the whole clips and deaths and all the people started naming dates of people in his family that died because of clips. But either which way, good battle. Shouts out to League of Extraordinary Writers.
League of Extraordinary Writers.
Yeah, it's called.
I love these leagues that's popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey yo, I love that, man. You know, because we are MC War, the official sport of rap battling. So I love this. We're gonna put it all in perspective. But yo, did you check out there's a new joint that's out right now by E Ness and Peter Crack. Did you get a chance to see Peter Crack? Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
You wanna hear that?
No, I gotta hear that.
Man, I would love to play it for y'all, man. Maybe you could probably clip it in or something. But no, look, he did. You know, being that we're talking about LL Coogi, right?
Right.
He did a remix of "You're Jiggling Baby." Go ahead, baby.
Word?
You're Jiggling Baby, and your man E-Ness was spitting. He went crazy, right? Boom, and then Petey Crack came in. I'm like, Petey Crack. They call me Crack because I'm dope, not cause I smoke it. Yo, I'm like, this dude, it was like a breath of fresh air. Listening to Crack, you know, it's been a long time hearing that, you know, that spitting pattern from Petey, because he got his own signature sound. You're not coming out here in 2025 sounding like Petey Crack. You know what I mean? Certain cats you could, like, you know, I also caught I caught chills when I was listening to this. Your man, the Sauce, man.
Sauce Money? Shouts out to Sauce Money, man.
Listen, man. This dude right here. You know, rest in peace, Biggie Small. But I feel good when I listen to this dude, Sauce Money. I'm like, yo, look.
He definitely got that Biggie feel all the way around the board.
I'm just saying, man, Sauce Money, man. I keep reaching out. I mean, I'm always in your inbox. Listen, man, we could talk about the ticket, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna make you look good. What? Yo, listen, man, them lyrics, that rhyme pattern, that structure,
he nice.
That's from a specific class of spitters.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You don't get that no more.
Facts.
That's like that. Yo, listen, that's that Sean Price. That's that Illa G. Shouts out to him. These guys, these guys got a particular structure how they put their lyrics together. Is that, I think it's a Brooklyn thing, you know what I mean? Because it's a particular type of structure how cats put it together. Because you can still hear Jigga, you can still hear Big, you can still hear, you know, some of the classic spitters within it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's like I don't know, maybe I'm biased because I'm a Kings County baby, but I'm just saying, it's just like, yo, it's a particular type of structure how these guys put it together, man. I'm like, yo, that was dope this morning. So this morning, I have my caffeine, man. Like, yo, the best part of waking up with hot lyrics in your ear. I'm just like, yo.
Facts. Yo, so I mean, Brooklyn is gonna be special, man, because the amount of people that's around. You know what I'm saying? The type of MCs. Especially during that era when you was coming up, it might have been a dope MC every corner you walk around, you walk across, you know. So the amount of people you able to get influenced and bouncing skills, like think about all the battle rappers, all the rappers that out of Brooklyn. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? Something special about New York. I mean, New York is a condensed area, so you know, you're gonna get top quality because what they say what? Steel sharpens steel. So cats is always competing. You know what I mean? Somebody always you can come across that's fire.
Yeah,
you know.
man.
So now what I was thinking about, based on what I just heard with the Coogi, the LL Coogi and the Charlie Clips is, I was thinking, man, the topic battles has got to be something that we really implement, man. I know we keep talking about it, but we got a battle coming up December 6th, and I think we got to make sure that we do the topic round in it. You know, just like Dr. York said, he said, you got to get them what they want, so you want what you have to give. You know what I'm talking about?
You gotta give them what they want.
So let you know, because I was
learn to want.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like, you know, I want cats to, you know, we want people to go at it and do their thing. But listen, man, when cats come, when I heard that, because if Charlie Clips was challenged with this with a topic, it would have been crazy because his delivery, because obviously, you know, Charlie Clips is in front of the camera a whole lot more than LL Coogi is.
Right.
He's been doing it a whole lot longer than LL Coogi.
And that's a fact. That's a fact.
So with that being said, you know what I mean, you're gonna be, it's practice makes perfect. You know what I'm talking about?
That's a fact.
So I was just thinking, I'm like, man, if Charlie Clips would have had a topic, you know, and I mean, he did some crazy schemes. Like I say, he did the LL scheme, he did the Milwaukee scheme, dealing with, you know, their football team, etc. You know, I just think that it'd have been crazy. So we really want to implement it. And then, you know, another thing that was triggering that thought process is, you know, the death of Assata Shakur.
Assata Shakur, man, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Assata Shakur just passed away September 25th. And
that's the godmother of Tupac Shakur.
Yeah, and you know, maybe it's me, maybe it's my algorithm or something, but I ain't really see a lot of people talk about it. I mean, maybe I did, but that's why I wanted to bring it to your attention to see, you know, was it like something, you know, of course.
It's all throughout my algorithm.
Okay,
you know, like,
dope,
you know,
dope.
On Facebook, on Instagram.
Dope.
You know, this one dude he even put a rhyme. He did a rhyme scheme about Assata Shakur, about how she was, you know, one of the greatest, you know, to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I saw this video. This is really interesting. I saw this video on about how when she was locked up, her grandmother came to her, cause like she's like, yo, by this time they're talking about this is where you're gonna die at. You're doing life. You follow what I'm saying? Her grandmother, they brought her grandmother. She was really super old or what have you. She was a senior. She was up in age, and she was like, yo, why the whole family come? You know what I'm saying? I brought Nanny, and then she's like, yeah, I had a dream. I had a dream. She said, you had a dream. You came all the way over here to tell me you had a dream? And she's like, nah.
To the prison.
To the prison, yeah.
Crazy.
She came all the way to the prison to tell her I had a dream, you know what I'm saying? Because she just got locked up, whatever the case is. They went over the whole thing or whatever, and they found her guilty. And then basically it was saying this is where she was going. And it was a male facility. It wasn't. They said it was a unisex, but she was the only female there. Like, you know, so
that's crazy.
So they had her in a place.
That's crazy within itself.
Yeah, they had her in a place where, you know, she could have got tortured. It could have been really crazy for us. Like, either which way, she's there and she's listening to. She want to hear the dream, so she listened to the dream, and the dream is about how I saw that I was dressing. You know what I'm saying? And this is what's deep about us as a people, because, you know, older, or when we were, we used to get stories from these tales, you know what I mean, that we used to get from our family, like these old ancient stories or culture stories or folk tales that we would get from our family, right? And you know, from our ancestors, or even from the elders in our family, and we really took that to heart. You follow what I'm saying? Whereas now, you know, it's nowhere near like that. You know, we don't respect the wisdom that the elders have.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's what I'm saying. So as she's telling her that, you know, I had a dream that I was dressing you up. She was dressing me up. Banana. I mean, you know, in our family, you know, when you have a dream about that means somebody's about to die. It's like, nah, this one is different. I was dressing you up because you about to get out of here.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't know when.
I love that.
I don't know how.
That. I love the sounds of that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know when, I don't know how, but you about to get up out of here. And she was like, I'm about to get up out of here? She was like super excited. She was like super excited because it's basically, she took it for real. Like what Nana just told me.
You know what you got me thinking about? You got me thinking about how they used to show the cartoons where they would have a nail filer inside the cake. You got me thinking that grandmother right there, I can see her like, yeah, you about to get out. And inside the cake is the nail filer. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like, and what's interesting is how they couldn't locate her. It's crazy because when she got out, by the time they found out she was gone, it was like a Shawshank Redemption type situation.
Right.
It was like by the time they're doing count, she's gone. So they don't know when she left. If it was last night or that time, they couldn't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was really crazy within itself, because when she reappeared again, she was in Cuba.
Nah, man, I love it, man. And definitely rest in peace. She was the first woman on the FBI Most Wanted list.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the first female on the FBI Most Wanted list. And it had me thinking about Cuba's play and connection, and just really that whole African American, Cuban, Puerto Rican, like that whole movement we had together. We were so strong in that era. You get what I'm talking about?
Facts.
Not just in the States, right? Because we would, you know, it was like you had Puerto Ricans, Cubans, part of the Black Panthers. I remember seeing the Mexican dude a part of the Black Panthers. That blew me away. What was his name? Fred Hampton? Yeah. When he was talking,
right.
There was some members it was a Mexican member of the Black Panthers. So it was a mindset of we are one. You get what I'm talking about? Which I think is lost right now, right? And when you look at Cuba was really a staple in really freeing Africans all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like their mindset, you know, what they were doing in, was that the Congo? Because I think they were, you know, helping Lumumba out that way. You know what I'm talking about? What they did for Assata Shakur.
Okay.
You get what I'm talking about?
Okay.
You know, her exile all the way to her death. She lived to 78. You know, hopefully she ain't dead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm be honest.
I mean, look.
You know me. I still kind of like, yo, Tupac might still be alive. I mean, these guys are talking Mac Belly, but either way, has another conversation. But yeah, you know, that also got me thinking about your guy, bro, Zip with the Drip. Shouts out to Zip with the Drip. Okay. Did you see him on Math Offer?
You know, I ain't watching him on Math Offer, but what was crazy is I caught a clip. Yo, check it. They took, because it's dealing with international African issues, right? Okay. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, bro, we come from Africa, whether you was indigenous. A lot of these guys don't understand that.
Yeah, what was dope about the show though, shouts out to My Expert Opinion, was the brother there was talking about the Africans that was indigenous to America, or that was there already.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? So that's the perspective. He was listening to Zip, but he was kind of chiming in on that mindset, like, yo, we was already in America, which is true, right? But you got to remember, obviously, we was walking across, you know, I mean, Africans been on the continent been on the planet for millions of years, right? Now we know that based on what the first humans that came out of the waters of Botswana,
man.
Right? Yeah. So he goes in on Mandela. Zip with the Drip goes in on Mandela.
What'd he say?
Oh man, I'm not gonna repeat. That's just not me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat, but it's definitely. I mean, the acronym is BAN. You get what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's like, and he brought up a lot of the issues that we heard about, that Winnie was still for the revolution. Right. You know what I mean? She was still for certain things, and that, we had heard that Nelson Mandela had sold everybody out. You know what I mean? This is what, this is what many people say, right? And I mean, kind of the evidence shows it a little bit too. Okay. And so he's digging in. He's digging in on that topic, and him going in like that. Yo, dude's talking about studying international affairs and everything at Cornell University. Sit with the drink.
Sit with the drink?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, so my mindset is like this, so when I think of Assata Shakur, you know what I'm talking about, I think Cuba, you know what I'm saying? I think the Puerto Rican movement in hip hop, the Puerto Rican movement to free Puerto Rico too. Right, that was a big thing. I mean, I know it's still going on. CF, shouts out to my man Constant Flow from Jersey City.
Constant Flow.
I remember seeing him in a
march. Talk to him about the bag as well. I mean, like, come on, that guy.
I remember seeing him in a march.
Problem.
Nah, he definitely is. I remember seeing him also in a march for the freedom of Puerto Rico as of recently. Recently. Like,
they did Puerto Rico dirty with that hurricane that went through there, man. They did them really filthy, man. Right. They kind of remind them like, okay, listen, this is what it really is, yo.
Yeah, that's a fact, and that's that, and I mean, how we think, the Heart Project. Well, we know that they can control the weather. Now, look,
you can look at the Heart Project.
So initially, a lot of this stuff might sound outrageous, right?
Outrageous.
Of course, I mean, people that don't do due diligence.
They got flying sources coming through New Jersey. Outrageous.
That's a fact. But that's not even, we talking about flying UFOs and the Heart Project is something totally different.
Yeah, but I'm just
saying. You're talking extraterrestrial. I'm talking about creation. I mean, they might have got the technology from out of this world, but that Heart Project is coming from the United States. Okay. And the funny thing is, I remember when we was in the YMCA in Athens, Georgia, exercising, and that old 90-year-old white dude was talking about, I remember in the news
when he was a teenager.
When they said that they could control the weather. Right. I remember being in Dubai. Right. Even Ray, shouts out to my man Ray that lives in Dubai right now.
That's my guy.
Yeah. He's saying, they making it rain over there. Y'all see what?
They caught all types of floods because it wasn't ready. They had no sewer system ready for the type of rain that came through. You had Ferraris and Lamborghinis floating in the water like, what's really good? Yeah,
we might need to check out what the auctions are, some of them joints right there.
I don't know cost of that right
what?
There.
Ship it over here.
Tarantulas
and ship that joint over here. Man, I love one thing I love about Africa is they can fix anything over here. So you know what I'm talking about? So like,
no. That's
you know what I mean? Talking about.
They'll pull over.
Come on, man. Talking about a little water, bro.
They'll put a tree stump under the car, and then they get with it with the branches. They get branches and tree stump. No tools.
My man.
And they bare hands. You guys are stronger than the bionic man.
Everybody.
That's my word. They'll twist off the lug nut with their hand.
Every time I talk to my moms about when dude kicked off his shoes, these guys was pushing the car.
Nah, my man kicked off his slip. Yo, why you bring that in my mind? I remember, because I'm like, okay, look, they're pushing the car. But then while he was pushing the car, he said, hold on, this is in my way. He threw off his joints and then really got to he put the sole down, and the car started moving like it wasn't nothing. I never seen nothing like that before in my life.
Nah, 100%, man. But I just want to do a quick moment of silence for Assata Shakur.
Facts.
Rest in peace. Yeah, man. So
may your transition be strong and fast, and you get with our ancient ones, our ancestors, and be a part of this new time, because it's a beautiful day and time. If y'all didn't know, it's a beautiful day and time. It's our time.
Right. That's why we gotta stay connected, man. You know the whole purpose of slavery, religion, was to disconnect us. You know what I'm talking about? Because we are one, not only on this side, but on the other side too.
Right.
So yeah, man, facts. So my God, man. I be telling you about my guy, man.
Who?
Sheff G, man.
Sheff
You know I
G.
like
Yeah,
Sheff
yeah,
G,
you like
man.
that dude. He made a prank. I thought he was for real when he said Biggie was his dad.
Nah, bro,
I'm like, so the
real,
time
though.
makes
That
sense.
ain't dad for
I mean,
real,
the time
but,
made sense. I'm like, yo, word?
But you know he got to sit right now though, right?
Oh, what?
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah,
5?
Yeah, 5. I mean,
He be home by 2.
He's 27, so he's still young.
Oh,
but
nah, he got time.
But still,
He got
you know what
time.
I'm saying? Like,
It's not like how they trying to do Diddy. He's 50 something. They're trying to give him 11. Come on, stop it.
Facts, yo.
It's crazy.
I want to jump on that real quick, man. You brought Diddy up. You know, Metro Boomin had charges against him, sexual charges.
Nah.
Yeah, a civil claim in LA that he just beat.
Wow.
He just beat it like last night.
Wow.
Like, the news just hit.
Yo,
like,
shouts
this
out to
morning
that
or whatever,
guy,
you know
man.
what I'm
Metro
saying?
Boomin, man.
So
Yo.
like, bruh, at some point it gotta be like, yo. Cause the whole thing about coincidences is it's two.
I mean, it's a bag hunt, man.
Yeah,
it's a bag hunt.
Free Dr. York, man.
Absolutely. He's
Free
coming
Dr.
home,
York.
man. Come on, man. Y'all playing.
Yo, once you get more than two incidences, bruh, it ain't a coincidence no more. You know what I'm saying? So like, it had me really thinking about, polygamy, man.
Polygamy?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and being in places where, because like you got Neo. I think Neo was just on.
He's showing out.
Jada,
He's showing out. No. Neo's showing out. Neo got his cowboy hat with 3 of them right hung, and he's saying these are my wives.
Yeah, no, he ain't playing. I mean,
in the United States.
Yeah, but he might have did that because I don't know how much he's in Africa, but one of the big songs, the big Afrobeat songs is with Diamond, right?
Okay.
Neo and Diamond, that joint is huge, like hundreds of millions of views type thing. Yeah, that joint crazy. And Diamond, if y'all don't know, he's like the biggest Afrobeat artist out of Kenya, right?
Crazy.
Tanzania? It's either Tanzania or Kenya. Tanzania, which is right next door. And then listen,
Man, shouts out to him, man.
once you start flowing around the continent, man, these countries start, they like states to me. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We go to Sierra Leone a lot. That's right next door. You can drive there 10 hours. So Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, right?
Right.
All that's like right next door to each other. So
Right.
There's a lot of movement between them 3 countries. But yeah, had me thinking, man, like, listen, man. I mean, now, monogamy is for some men, right? But my thing is that obviously the laws, like when it comes to relationships and with African families,
Right.
African American families, it's not fit. What is gosh, what's going on? This guy watching Superman, but guys,
This dude's incredible.
comment on that first.
Nah. What's crazy about that? On that same topic, Dr. Sabi had like 35 kids, right? And then you had this new young dude out of Philly. I didn't put down this information. I ain't know you was coming with that, but I definitely got
I ain't know he had 35 kids.
Yeah,
I ain't know that.
Dr. Sabi, right?
Okay.
So you have this young dude. He's on his 37th child. I think he out of Philly. This young dude. I'm gonna bring him back. I'm bring his name back. Shouts out to
Philly.
Out of Philly. This young dude. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, but I'm like, okay, for what you're saying, like, for us as, because when I was like in my teens, I definitely had like about 5. I had 5, you know what I'm saying, like, and one that I could confide in, one that would hold one that would hold the work. You know what I'm saying? I remember my big homie was like, nah, man, you don't trust her, man. That right there, you know, man, she's messing with Booger. I'm like, she's messing with Booger? I'm like, okay, I didn't even know. He put me on, so he was just letting me know, like, and he was dangerous. Booger wasn't nothing to play. Rest in peace. He wasn't nothing to play with. But what is it called? But I had about 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, even my big homie I'm talking about, like, he was like, yo, look, he would play the game, and that one kind of hurt me because that one, man, listen, she was banging, but like the way. The cloth I come from, you know what I'm saying? You can't be a slush head. So it's like, rest in peace, my man, Ant Live, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's
Rest
like,
in peace, Ant Live.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, look.
For real.
My big homie was like, yo, look. It was like a game, you know what I'm saying? I bet you I could bag her. I said, yeah, all right, cool, but I bet you can't because she's with me. So now I'm like, I'm really talking crazy, like, He's like, yo, but my big homie's really that big homie, you know what I'm saying? And, shouts out to Big Chuck. And he's like, I bet you could bag it, and before you know it, she's like, what you doing? You letting him talk to me like that? I'm like, nah, it's all good. I mean, all good. That's my homie. So, but I'm hurt. I'm hurt inside. I'm hurting because I'm like, yo, because now it came to my mind. I realized by this time that he's about to bag my shorty. And yet, long story short, he bagged my shorty. But my point is, I had about 5. You know, he bagged it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was really you know what I mean? The things he was able to do. And I know this now as an older dude, the things he was able to do at that time, I was like, you know, lights in my mind. I'm like, you know, I got her. But the things and he didn't even have to do much, you know. All he had to do was just bring her around the celebrities. All she had to do was just spend a day in the life. But he was so nice with it, like he's so nice with it. He didn't even have to do that. He could just be messing with it because like he'll do stuff like send a message to your phone with the illest song that's playing that you're not thinking is the illest song that's playing before ringtones was out. Right. And then now you're thinking about this dude because of the song he just sent you. Before all this high tech stuff that we got out right now, my homie was like, he'll send stuff to you and to the females, and the females would come back crying. yo. Anyway. And then in her, but you know, okay, long story short, that was that. But then yeah, dude in Philly got 37 kids, right? So now Dr. Sabi have 38 kids, right? What am I getting at? We as a species of men, Nubian men, you know, God said, "Be fruitful, multiply," right?
Right.
Okay.
If you believe that version, but continue. But it's a fact. The facts show. Yeah.
Right. If you believe that version, insofar as
I just got add on because
it's layers to it. When you're talking to us, you see, we wear this. We ain't wearing it for fun. But I'm saying the fact that we wear this, we know there's layers to this.
Yeah, always
information. You know
definitely.
What I'm saying? So it's layers to it. So and if you go back to Solomon had how many?
1,000 or something. I forget, but it was
700.
700. There it goes. I knew it was up there.
He had 700.
You round up to the closest. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 100. So like Abraham had about 4.
Right.
So my point is, when you go biblically,
right,
you'll find out
all through the scriptures.
A lot of
and that, you know what? You bring a real interesting point, because it being a Christian country, right? The United States being a Christian country, right?
Right.
What's the problem with having more than one wife? Because it's a law. Right? There's a law that says you can't have more than one wife in America, right?
The thing about it is, it goes back to slavery. When you go back to slavery, what happened is this, right? They be watching our pants. What I mean, you know how you say that? Get out of my pocket. You watching my pockets, whatever the case is. Well, these guys, they watch our pants. How the bulge is in the front, because you know they're a lot like a woman. You follow what I'm saying? So they're more of a woman there than their women. They are more of a woman than their women. If you understand what I'm saying, like they act more like a woman than their woman. But that's nothing. But they that's why they used to castrate us. That's why they used to, like, you know, keep us so far away from the big house. The where they kept the slaves, the men, was very far away from the big house.
Okay.
And they'll have the women be close because they wanted our women to breastfeed their children, watch their children, clean around. And if you wasn't a house nigga, the field nigga was very far away from the house. You follow what I'm saying? So and then when he would to keep their women from looking at us. I mean, when you look at a Nubian child, right? When the child is first born, you see the biceps, you see the legs, you see how the baby is just built, like, you know, and that's just pure genetics. That's before as soon as it comes out. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a situation where they watch us, you know what I mean, and they envy us. You follow what I'm saying? Because of the fact of, you know, Mandingo. Yeah, they just, you know, which is a tribe in Africa, but they are jealous of.
I was just about to say, where's the bigamy came from, but yeah, you made me type Mandingo.
but it's real. So it becomes a situation where,
shouts out to the Mandingo tribe. They deep out here.
You follow what I'm saying? Yo, so it's like it's a situation where, you know, you have to really look at the situation for what it really is. when it comes to making babies, we have no problem making babies, man. We have no like there's certain the census don't make sense in certain areas where we at because we making babies. You go in the inner city hood, one dude might have kids all over the hood.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? Because of the fact that's just what it is. So you know, my view on it, my perspective on it. If you ask how many. Dr. Yoke is a pharaoh. You follow what I'm saying? You ask him how many children he had, you know what I mean? All you gotta do is ask his children to stand up. You know, shouts out to Ish York, you know what I'm saying? Mock D York, you know what I'm saying? Uma York, Leah York. I could go down a serious list. You follow what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, they make that a crime. But your Bible said be fruitful and multiply.
So now I got the law. That's the law right here. So yeah, that's my point. You know the Bible, and then they make you swear on the Bible.
Right. While you at court.
Right. They make you swear on the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I've never had.
And when you get married,
so,
and when you get married,
I don't know what happens if you say
till
not.
death do us part.
Right. Well, they took that out though.
They did?
Yeah. Some people, yeah. A lot of times, you know, when people get married, that's outed it because cats ain't trying to die with their wives. Obviously, you know, the whole divorce rate in the United States is crazy. But either which way,
wow.
Georgia criminalizes bigamy under OCGA 16 subsection 16.6-20. A person commits the offense of bigamy when he being married and knowing that his lawful spouse is living, marries another person or carries on a bigamous cohabitation with another person. So what I don't understand is how is this written in the law when in the Bible it's saying be fruitful and multiply, and you have all of these men with more than one wife. So I'm trying to figure out where that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Again, they be watching our pants, man. And you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, and they don't want us around. They do not want us. All right, case in point, right? Jamaica, Gambia, and other Caribbean areas of the world, Dominican Republic or whatever the case is, right? They will travel there, right, and go have a good time, right? And what I mean by a good time, from the time they land off the plane before they even get to the hotel room good, I'm talking about really situated, right? They're on the beach talking about getting a suntan, but they really soliciting men to have sex with, right? I'm talking about these are fluent judges, accountants.
Yeah, you heard about the Gambia. You got women, white women from all over the world going over there just for sex.
You know what I'm saying? I listed out to you: Jamaica, Gambia, Dominican, anywhere we're at, they leave their husband home. Me and the girls. I mean, come on. You know, this is something to say that they do that is not far fetched because African sisters do it too. That's in the United States. Me and the girls going to the beach, or me and the girls going to Cancun, or me and the girls going to this place or that place. They go there to go hunt. You follow what I'm saying? But when they do it, it's like it's like something that you can't understand, or it's just out of there. I can't believe it. Nah, that's what they do. They go there to go hunt. They solicit these men, and these men they got hip to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, they at the beach too. You know what I'm saying? What I want.
You know, this got me thinking about because so now, you know, I just ran down the whole ChatGPT. I'm like, yo, where is this came from? Where did the monogamy thing come from? And you know, because, you know, how did that get into, you know, the culture of America when America's supposed to be a Christian country? Mm-hmm. So basically, it's saying the New Testament. It's saying from some letters from Paul, which we know Paul never even met Jesus. If you do the research, you know what I'm saying. You know, first of all, I mean, you know, that's not even a Bible for us. A book for us, because, you know, they came for their own people. I mean, yeah, you got one description of Jesus as being black in Revelations or whatever, but more of the descriptions of him is them being white. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. I mean, if you don't know, you know, I could definitely get you the quotes. But either which way, they saying in Paul's book, and Paul never met Jesus, they saying here's 1 Timothy is where a bishop then must be blameless, he the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality. So that's where, you know, so basically they saying that it came out of the New Testament. Paul's pastoral letters, okay, is where it came from. So now it got me thinking, well, Paul, the Jewish community, Paul, like I said, Paul never even met Jesus, but the Jewish community, right? And Paul was, we know, he was a Sanhedrin, a Pharisees. He wasn't even.
I mean, he was
part of the crew. He was part of the Roman crew. You know what I mean?
Paul, which was really Saul.
Yeah,
he was
exactly.
So when you go before he changed his name after he saw the bright light or whatever the case is, when you deal with Saul was giving it to them.
And that's like 5 different versions. If you read the different versions of when Paul allegedly met Jesus, you know what I'm saying? One, it was like he heard his voice, didn't see him. One, he saw him, didn't hear him. It was just like 5 totally different descriptions. But either which way, you know, he never even met him, as we know. And, you know, he was actually one of the people that was persecuted on part of the Romans. And what he wanted to do was bring together the Roman culture and the culture of the Jews. But either which way, it had me thinking about Israel. So
Israel?
Is it more than one wife in Israel?
Israel? Israel. Hold on.
Old Testament.
When you say Israel, you're saying Israel, right? You put it together, Israel is really 3 different deities from, you know, Egypt, Mesopotamia, you know what I'm saying, Nubia, that era.
Facts.
Or that time. You're dealing with a 3-part. It's like Abraham.
Facts, but they had their own gods though. They had their own gods.
I'm just letting them know, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that.
Look up Pleiadians. That bugged me out. You know, look up Pleiadians. Again, this would, you know, one of the
but the Jewish community,
because of this information he's putting out. But Pleiadians, if you look up Pleiadians, you see. So they got their own god. But now I had me thinking like the Jews.
They do get down though.
Do they? I know
they have a lot of children.
Okay, so
they have a lot of children.
Polygamy is an interesting case because it combines ancient biblical rabbinic. So here's a breakdown. So I guess
all throughout Eastern Parkway, they got a gang of kids. So I like now do this.
That's a good question.
If they adhere to polygamy, it's not something that's broadcasted. But if they doing it and they keep it on the hush, you know what I'm saying, then that's what they're doing. But you know, these guys they multiply. It's a part of their custom to multiply. It's a part of their custom to like, you look, you get this money, here go $250,000, go get some real estate and have some babies.
And then when you get the real estate, another Jewish person moves in, and y'all doing, you know, then they might be on welfare.
Right. Facts. On welfare, manipulating the system.
I ain't got nothing.
I'm not an anti-Semite. I'm just saying that's just what.
Yeah.
I got put on. I got put on by Yohana. He was a Jewish cat from Brooklyn. He let us know how he got.
Now I'm totally confused because they saying that polygamy in Israel is illegal. So that's crazy because if they follow the Old Testament, how would it be illegal? But either which way, the whole point of us going down this rabbit hole, so we're gonna climb back up the hole, right? Get back on the surface of the conversation, which is like, yo, they keep hitting African Americans with sex charges, man.
Right.
Like, you know
they watching our pants. Yeah. Listen. Let me tell you something, right? When it comes to the Diddy thing, right? Diddy, you know, again, I'm from a different era. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm from an era where if you're soft, a cat will take your manhood. You know what I'm saying? I'll beat you down, take your manhood, and it'll be celebrated like, yo, you know, I took that man. It'll be known that man took your manhood because you wasn't man enough to hold yours up. You follow what I'm saying? So that's just what that is. So but my thing is, I say that to say what? You know, behind that man's bedroom door, you don't know what might be going on. And Cass respected that to a degree. You follow what I'm saying? He might have 2 shorties up in there. He might have 3 shorties up in there. It might be him and his man running a train on her right there. You follow what I'm saying? Like, I remember, like, you know, because like what's interesting is, right, they taught us.
But I mean, either which way, whatever went on behind his own.
That's
doors,
my point.
Whatever was going on within his whole.
But that's my point.
You know what I mean? You know, other than the fact, I mean, he did beat the girl up, but
he wasn't charged for domestic violence.
I just want to bring that up. He was definitely. Everybody know he was wrong for that. He even put a video up and saying he was wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what he's being charged for.
He wasn't charged for domestic violence. But what I'm saying is,
we just seeing the commonality of. You know, why is they, you know, why, and yes, they watching the bet, you know, it comes from that, yet it's also they wanting to find ways to get us off the streets. You know what I'm talking about? Get you in prison, take your wealth.
Get us off the street.
Take your wealth. You follow me? Take your resources, destroy your name. You get what I'm talking about? Because we know what it's about having a good name. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you're supposed to be able to say a name and, you know what I mean? And that name alone is worth like 2 paragraphs. But you see, Martin Luther King, They hit him with the same thing. They want to bring his bedroom up. You see the same thing with Elijah Muhammad. They want to bring his bedroom up. So we just gotta be mindful, and that now that you got this whole open mind of people traveling across the world, you gotta live in a country that's fitting to you as a person. You know what I'm talking about? So like, if you know the place where you at, because again, it's men that's one woman men. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It exists. No. Listen, in Africa, right here.
My point is that you know what I'm saying. Like if you cool with that, that's good. But if you're into your whole thing is like you need a couple of different women for whatever reason, genetically, whatever it is. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, it exists, man.
Can't do that
it's cool. Nah, it's cool.
You can't do it in America, so you gotta think. You know what? Do I need to be residing in a place that's confiding in my natural nature? You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of this had me thinking, man. I think it came off of you mentioned Diddy, and I just saw I just saw Neo on Joe and Jada, and then I just saw that Metro Boomin just be the case where sexual charges against him. So it had me wanting to bring it up and kind of talk about it, man. But at the end of the day, you gotta be somewhere.
Stay out in the man's bedroom, man. Point blank, period, man. Like this is my point, right? To that right there, to the whole Diddy thing. I respect how Mace conducted his situation. Why do I say that?
Why they had Sean? I don't think that was a good look to have Sean on the show.
I didn't see it
right before. Yeah, they got Cam and Mace got Sean on the show. I mean, shouts out to them. I love their show. Right. Yeah, I'm just thinking that might not be a good thing for Diddy right now when the judge is trying to figure out how he's gonna. Because you got letters that just went into.
Yeah, but he's on revolt like that.
I'm just saying, Sean just was on the Mace and Cam show. You gotta understand. What this is called public diplomacy.
Facts.
Right? So, whether we do it intentionally or unintentionally, when
that wasn't cool.
When large media platforms, cover certain topics and they have a or they bring somebody on the show that has a mindset about somebody.
So what
you basically
what they didn't know?
You get people talking about it, right?
So did they not know?
So they talk more about him not shooting the girl. He's like, he talked again like I ain't shoot the girl. Yeah. So I'm just saying that's not a good look. I just think they probably, maybe, I mean, hopefully it wasn't no harm intended.
That's what I'm saying. Did they not know?
Hopefully,
come on,
I mean, hopefully there's no harm intended because you never know when you got. Here's another thing. With these big shows, right? You never know when Sean was booked for the show. You just don't know. But even then, we knew October was the sentencing date for like. a month and a half, 2 months. You know
Come
what
on,
I'm saying?
you know what that's.
So
Hey yo, you know what that is? Hold up. Yo, you know what that is?
Not a good look.
You know what that is? You just blew my mind. I forgot what I was about to talk about. But then but you just blew. I'm like, wow, why? What's Irv Gotti's brother's name?
Chris Gotti, I think.
Chris Gotti?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, shouts out to him because he gave an incredible. That was a dope interview on Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
He gave an incredible breakdown on the whole thing with Jay-Z and Irv Gotti when Irv came to Nas, Irv came to Jay-Z. He's like, yo, look, this is just business. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to do something with Nas. And Jay's like, nah, it's cool. He asked him, what y'all got going on? Is it real? Is it real? Or Jay's like, nah, it's just music. Like, well, all right, yeah, cause I want to do something with him. Nah, it's cool. So by him saying it's cool, it's like, yo, my man, you're not thinking like whether it's especially back then, the 90s, late 80s, 90s. My man, any subliminals, my man.
The big issue, I'm gonna tell you right there. What I noticed right there was you got to be able to, cause see the word listen, and I think I posted it on one of my pages. The word listen means the lesson, right? You know, that's what, you know, phonetically, etymologically, right?
Right.
But you could always bring yourself, so people don't like to listen because they don't like to lessen themselves.
Right.
But you could always bring yourself back up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, one thing that I feel like that I'm real good at is I'm good at listening. Because in order for me to be able to get to where I gotta go, I'm trying to listen.
Facts,
and, and of course, you know, even you know, because some people like, well, if somebody's broke, don't listen to them about money, but you could listen to them about where they made their mistakes.
Right.
That's something that Robert Kiyosaki says. He says like, yo, some of my advisors are people that lost millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. So I try to learn from them what they did wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
The biggest take I got from that, yo, listen, when you got peers around you and they care about you, you know what I'm saying? And they telling you different things that can help you, my man, listen, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it sounded, because he didn't listen about his health.
Right.
He didn't want to listen about his health.
Right.
He didn't want to listen about diplomacy.
Right.
How
because his brother told him.
How you should
his brother told him.
You know, and that's something we got to be mindful of, because, you know, we aspire to be diplomats. So I think when we talking about
diplomats.
So when we talking about subjects and talking to people and about things, we always got to have that in the back of our head. You know what I'm saying? I think he was the perfect example of like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You want to be diplomatic, and that's what he was trying to tell him.
Right.
He was like, and you might have to check.
He told him. He's like, nah, you sure you want to talk to him about that? He said
that was my point about not listening.
Yeah.
The whole interview was like talking about how dude did, and it's like, that's your older brother. Chris was older, right?
Yeah.
That's your older brother. Like, I'm gonna be honest, bro. My older brother, bro, anything he say, I'm pretty much listening to. That dude saved my life several times. Shouts out to Ace One.
Yeah,
but
shots.
My older brother, like that was like my father. I ain't had he was he's the single male that was from beginning to end in my household.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, to this day. You know what I mean? So like, how you don't? So rest in peace to the brother. But what we can take from it is that, you know, we definitely want to implement listening inside, you know what I'm saying? And then we also have a problem listening to people that look like us.
Right.
That's another problem that we have.
That's a whole fact. That's 100%.
We've been taught that
that's a whole
it's
fact.
nothing, but then again, you got to remember, me and you, I got more in common with you than somebody that don't look like you know what I'm saying? So I done probably been through what you've been through already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, now I'm older, so when I'm talking to a younger person, I'm like, yo, I might have did what you did twice over already. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, that's a flag on the play, man.
That's
a flag on the play, man. I want to throw a flag out on that play because I'm just saying, like, yo, look, because like, look, what's today? Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow?
Yeah, it's October 3rd, man. If I had a whistle flag on the play on down, because I'm just all I'm saying is like, yo, look.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Whether you knew it or didn't, you did. I want to say you didn't know it. I have to say you didn't know it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And I was about to say something about Mace. What were we talking about?
I was about to say, but it's debatable.
Debatable.